How do you think your brother wants to be known as? Like,
Well, I think that he'd probably like to be known as somebody who really, really cared about civil rights, because all his life he did that, you know. There were a lot of other episodes and things. And you want to see pictures or any artifacts or anything
Yeah,
like that?
that'd be
You want to see them now?
yeah.
Okay. I'll give you the articles, and all of these I got out of from the internet, and so you can do exactly the same thing. But these pictures, now, what do you do with the pictures, you know?
Huh? Sorry.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna give them to you, is that what you wanna know?
You can take
What
pictures of
happened to
them.
these pictures?
Yeah, we can take pictures with our.
Yeah.
Oh, you gonna take a picture of a picture?
Yeah.
Okay, well, all right.
Double take.
This is my picture, my brother's picture. His name is Minoru, but everybody called him Min. Min is usually a girl's name, but can you take a picture of that?
Oh, yeah. Well, he's gonna take the picture.
Oh, okay, this is 1946, so it was about the time that he defied the curfew. He violated the curfew. This one is later, about 1983, when he was a director of human relations in Denver. You're the official photographer? Okay, this one is when he came back to Portland to challenge his conviction. There was, I can tell you later, it was called writ of error coram nobis, and if you want to get into that, I can get to that. But that's where he came back to challenge that order, and actually, it was vacated, meaning that they threw out the judgment and said, as if he never was in prison. So it was what they call expunged, removed from his record. So he has no criminal record. He did have up until then, until 1983. There are three famous cases about this coram nobis. And this is a picture of my brother and sister-in-law when they came. This is at my place. They came to challenge the coram nobis case. Now, in addition to that, I'll give you all these papers. You can do whatever you want with these, because I got them all out of the internet. But this will tell you what my brother did and what he was all about. You can keep those.
Okay.
I want to look them over a little bit. Maybe, are we coming back for another session after this one?
Yeah.
With things,
Yeah.
you think, guys?
So.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, then maybe you'll have time to read that a little bit, and then I won't have to, I can explain it, but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have some more
But
questions.
he did a lot of work. See, after he got out of jail, he spent 9 months in jail here at the Oklahoma County Jail, and he fined $5,000. But what happened, shall I go on and tell you, or you want to ask questions?
Maybe you can
Well,
tell us.
you have questions. Maybe we better deal with your questions first.
Okay.
Yeah.
When your brother passed away, did anything change?
Or did everything stay the same with like the curfew and everything?
Oh, no. That was, the curfew was found violable. I don't know if they rescinded that law or not. One thing that did change, yes, in 1977, the President, Gerald Ford, just before he left office, he revoked the Executive Order 9066, which was the order that made it possible to remove the Japanese from the Western Defense Command. But in 1977, he did that while Min was still alive. Also, the question is, did anything change after he died?
Yeah, or like, was he more known, or like,
Yeah.
was he?
Yeah, well, let's see, I'll tell you what. My brother died in 1986, okay, and he worked for about 14 years to get what we call redress. Redress means making good on something that was done against you. In other words, money usually, but also agreeing, having whoever, you insulted me or something, you apologize. That's a form of redress. But in a bigger sense, what happened is the federal government says, yeah, we were wrong, we apologize, we'll put you in jail. But to make it better, make it easier for you to take, I'll give you $20,000. And that's what happened. I got $20,000. Anybody who was alive. So that happened after he died, though. But he worked 14 years with the same JACL that repudiated him when he challenged the curfew. The same outfit that said, well, he's a self-serving, martyr to his own ideas. And they refused to support him in 1942. In the 1970s and 78 and 80, he helped work for what we call redress, which is requesting the government to acknowledge the errors and pay back money for the wrong that it done to us as a people. And so that happened in 1988, which is 2 years after he died. So he helped make that come about. But he never, never got in himself because he died before then. So yes, it did make a difference. It made a big difference that he lived. And the people of Denver, in fact, think so highly of him now that they give a community award every month for the person who has contributed most to the welfare of the community of Denver. This has been going on for years now, I don't know, 30 years or something like that, because he was the Commissioner of Human Rights for 16 years in Denver. And he's reportedly helped defuse the situation. You're too young to remember, but in the 1968s and 70s and so on, there was a big upheaval during the Vietnam War, mainly, about student agitation, civil rights, and black power. And all. Black power was very powerful in those days. And a lot of places had uprisings. It wasn't just like what they call it, the people that took over the parties, but it was actual armed uprising, not fighting, but the Black Panthers, for example, were armed. In Denver, they were having a lot of unrest too, because there was quite a community of blacks and quite a community of Latinos there, and they were up and armed. But my brother helped defuse the situation so that there wasn't no big trouble in Denver. Other cities had trouble, but not in Denver. That's one of the reasons why they created this award.